Well, good morning, Glue Troopers. Enjoying my morning coffee, and Honey is enjoying her morning nap. She says hello, I think. Anyway, want to thank everyone who made the live stream. Hope you had a good time, and if you didn't just see it live, I hope you get to watch it later. So we talked about the Fisher Body Craftsman's Guild, and it turns out that while we were doing the live stream, one Glue Trooper, Terrence, sent me this picture. He actually participated in it, and this was his submission. That's one cool looking car, completely scratch built. And so Terrence, nice work. That's interesting design and beautiful workmanship. We got some really cool people here watching this channel. I've never stopped being impressed with the accomplishments of the Glue Troopers. Some folks, actually quite a few, sent me some emails and left some messages not to build the Revell Ford Ranchero because it's a rare kit and it's intact. And I'm inclined to agree. So I finally made the commitment, which is rare for me, not to build this kit. In fact, I've got it on display now in the box with my model cars. So it's safe. And by the way, as a side note, Steve's Model Mania pointed out that the station wagon version of this kit's extremely rare. And when you do find one, it's usually already been started or parts have been taken away from it because they modified the mold for the wagon to make this version. So they only made the wagon for a short time, and that makes it a very rare kit. And speaking of rare kits, I read the book, the Model Building Handbook by Brick Price this morning. It's an easy read because it's mostly photos and how-tos. And one of the things he talked about at the back end of the book in one paragraph was the counterfeiting of collectible models, which apparently this book was made in 1981, and it was a problem back then. It's probably been a problem since the 70s. So buyer beware when you're getting those vintage kits. And one last thing before I go, I talked about the model Polara that I built that was inspired by my grandmother's car, but wasn't an exact replica. And one of the things I talked about was how the trim pattern was different, with sort of this trident's head on the front end. Well, here's a photograph that my sister sent of the original car. You can see what I'm talking about. Not only did this Polar 880 have a more complex trim pattern, but there's actually white inside the chrome, white trim inside the chrome. So if I ever decide to go ahead and make this version of the car, I'll probably have to convert the Lindbergh kit. Then exactly as it is here, I'm going to have a lot of work to do, not only to modify the trim, but also the taillights and everything else. Well, that was all I had for this morning. I go out on a trip tomorrow, going to be gone most of the week. Try to take some material with me to perhaps put a video together, perhaps one of the history videos while I'm on the road. Also hope to visit the D-Day Museum. Guys, take care of yourselves, and as always, model on.